Hello Science 10, Mr. Beeland here. I'm going to be running through the purple cabbage lab here with you. Okay, so here's our purple cabbage. All right, it has some unique properties that it changes color depending on what you mix in with it. So for this, what you're going to have to do is chop up said cabbage and boil it in some water. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and done that. And what you end up with is a whole bunch of purple liquid. Looks like this. Okay, you want to make sure that once you've boiled it, you let it cool down just a little bit so that you're not burning yourself. I'm going to put it in here. Alright, almost there. We're going to do this with 5 different chemicals. So I'm going to fill up 5 cups. I'm not too worried about the mess, but you might want to be when you're at home. Maybe put down a cloth or something. Okay, so I've got my purple liquid right here, okay? And so we're gonna start off over on this side, and I've just got basic water, nothing else mixed into it, just straight water. And I'm gonna take my cup right here, I'll put it up in the front center here for you, and I am going to put in the water. Now, of course, you don't need a fancy little dropper like this. You can just pour in the water. You don't need to go through this, but I happen to have some of these at home, so I'm gonna pour in this water here. All right, and then make sure to always just stir it up to make sure that it is fully dissolved. Everything is mixed together, and we have a look here, and it is still going to be this dark purple color, right? So not much has changed. Now this is to be expected as water is neutral, right? So it shouldn't really change anything here with this because it was already boiled in the water, right? So that's kind of our baseline. Next, we're going to take lemon juice, okay? And again, you don't need to put it in this dropper if you can just have your lemon juice in the container, or if you're feeling really ambitious, you can actually just get actual lemons and squeeze the juice into them. So again, I'm going to put in the lemon juice. All right, and you see even before stirring it, look at what happened. Okay, I'm going to use a different spoon here. Stir this up, and we have changed from purple to a red color here. All right, I'm gonna put that one down. Next up, I'm gonna use vinegar. So again, move this cup forward. Pour in the vinegar. Stir it up. And we can see here that it has turned a red color. And it's actually, if we compare it, a darker red than the first one. So this will tell us that it has not fully gone to red. So we can look at our scales, right, and determine what pH this is going to be. You can see that on the images, what the shades kind of look like. So we've got a light red. Now we have a dark red. We've got our purple. So I'm going to move it accordingly. Okay, so on the other side, I'm actually going to do this one here. Okay, we've got baking soda. Okay, so this is our only powdered one. So obviously you can't put that into a dropper. So we're just going to pour in a little bit of baking soda. Stir that up. And we now have a greenish blue or teal mixture. Okay, and our last one, and this one is probably the most, you need to be the most careful with this one, okay? So we're looking at bleach, okay? All the other ones were different types of food that you could consume, right? So in theory, if I wanted to, I could drink this cabbage juice, right? Or if I really wanted to, I could drink this vinegar and cabbage juice, but it probably tastes pretty bad. The bleach, no good, okay? So we have to be extra careful with this one. Don't let it spill. Don't get it on anything, okay? So here we go. Pour in this bleach. Okay. Again, I'm using a different spoon every time because I don't want to do any cross-contamination. And you can see that for a little bit there, it actually was teal. And then once we stirred it all the way up, it ended up turning this yellow color, okay? So again, I've kind of put them in the order here that we would expect. Start with a yellow, we get to this green. This is our basic side, right? So anywhere from 14 to 8 pH. Right here is our middle. This is our 7. And then down this way, we're going down to our 6 to 1 range, okay? And we get more and more reddish and less of the purple as we move down that way. Okay, so this is the whole lab. Make all of your observations based off of this here. If you want to play around with other types of solutions, you absolutely can. If you want to do, say, milk or any sort of soda pop or anything like that, you absolutely can. Just keep in mind that if you're using something that already has a color, that may change what's going on in here, right? If you use, say, Coca-Cola, it's got that brown color, so you might end up with some disparities there. So one other interesting thing we can do too is I can take this teal one here, and this one was our baking soda. And then I can take this lemon juice here, and let's see what happens when we mix them together. Let's just go one step further here. As you can see, we actually go back towards the blue. So that's exactly to be expected, as lemon was acidic, baking soda was basic. So we're going to want to get back to that neutral spot, right? So it's going to go back to that bluish purple. Depending on the strength of your acid or base, it'll lean it more one way than another. So as we're seeing, it hasn't gone to that reddish color, so it's still probably a little bit of a basic solution here. Anyways, just something else to kind of extend on. Okay, that's it for this lab. Take care.